Good morning, St. Croix. It's Thursday of our virtual learning week, the last day of official classes this week. We're going to continue our thoughts in chapel today with the theme we've been working on, be full. And so we talked about being joyful, being prayerful, and then we want to talk about being thankful today. It comes from 1 Thessalonians 5, be joyful always, pray continually. And there's that highlighted phrase, give thanks in all circumstances. It's kind of hard to do, isn't it? To give thanks in all circumstances is really a challenge. Almost sounds like it's the law coming in your face that your parents tell you at Christmas time, even if you're not real thrilled about that gift, be sure that you say thank you. But we can really be thankful in all circumstances because we have a God who takes care of us and provides for us all the things that we need. And so what I'd like to show you today is one of the ways we can learn to be thankful is by looking at the Old Testament. Sounds kind of strange, but as you look at the Old Testament, remember that Old Testament is not just history, it's salvation history. So God tells us the stories about the people of Israel so that we can learn from them and we can learn what they could learn, and we can see how God is a good God who can watch over us and provide for us with His love and with His mercy and with His wisdom. So here's a story that was going on with the people of Israel after they left Egypt. And sometimes I think, well, come on, you saw Him lead you through the Red Sea. Can't you be thankful? But look at what they're going through. They're traveling from place to place, but there was no water for the people to drink. They're in the wilderness, no water to drink. I can see why they'd be quarreling and grumbling, as Moses describes it there, right? And so the story goes on that they were grumbling against Moses and said, why'd you bring us out of Egypt to make us and our children and our livestock die of thirst? These were real problems that they're going through. So they had reasons to complain. Well, what are your reasons to complain that you have in your life? I know that they're real. I don't want to make light of them because we have real struggles, real problems in our lives to deal with. Whether it has to do with school, has to do with our relationships at home or with our friends, or maybe it has to do with some health things. Maybe you've been quarantined through no fault of your own. You were just in close contact with people and had to miss school for a long time. Or maybe you actually have some real health issues to deal with yourself, or some of your loved ones do. Those are really, really difficult things to deal with in our lives. Even the death of a loved one can be a really tough thing to have to deal with. But as the people of Israel had those things to complain about, the Lord is the one who stepped in to help them. Let me show you what the Bible says as it goes on in those verses. The Lord answered Moses, go out in front of the people, take with you some of the elders, and take your staff in hand with which you struck the Nile, and go. And then I'll stand before you by the rock, strike the rock, and water will come out of it for the people to drink. So not only did they have reasons to complain, but they had reasons to give thanks, because the Lord Himself was providing for them everything they needed. But you know what? He was providing not only for their physical needs with that water. This is what the Bible says about that. I don't want you to be ignorant, brothers and sisters, that our ancestors were under the cloud and they passed through the sea. But look at this, verse 3 and 4. They all ate the same spiritual food and drank the same spiritual drink, for they drank from the spiritual rock that accompanied them, and that rock was Christ. Who'd have ever thought about that this rock that they drank from was actually Christ? And so He was the answer to their biggest needs. Not only did they have an answer to their physical thirst, but He provided for their spiritual needs by reminding them that He was the one who was going to come to take away their sins. So as we go through our lives too, we can remember that we may have reasons to complain, but we have all kinds of reasons to give thanks, because the Lord, the God of free and faithful grace, is the one who deserves our thanks. He is the I am God, and that same God that provided for the people in the wilderness is the God who provides for you and me. And as I worded it here, the Lord deserves our thanks for providing food and drink for our daily needs, but also for providing the water of life for our spiritual needs. May you continue to think about the Lord and how good and gracious He's been to each one of us, so we can be thankful in all circumstances. Have a great day, and may His peace go with you.